If we resist against where we are dividing ourselves because we are denying that which is the fact. The fact is you are here now. And if you don't accept it, you divide yourself, and a house divided against itself cannot stand. The vibration rises the more you take importance of the world. And in A Course in Miracles, the message is clear. The world is not real. I think even it says verbatim, the world is not real. The world is a dream. But you cannot ascend if you just say it's a simulation. The world is a dream. But if you react to it, you're still off it. So you are not awake. And this simulation is to show to us whether we are off it or no longer off it. So if we believe in it, we will react to it and it will keep us there. But when we stop reacting to it, that's when we start disengaging from it, transcending it, understanding that it's not real. It's a process. There is no rush. And it's very important to understand that, as I tell now my clients this message a lot, that we are exactly where we are supposed to be. All of us are. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. So if we resist against where we are dividing ourselves because we are denying that which is the fact. The fact is you are here now. And if you don't accept it, you divide yourself, and a house divided against itself cannot stand. So it's very, very important to unite yourself by being okay with where you are. You are where you're supposed to be, where your lessons are. Understand the lessons, then you move on. The world is not working against you. The world is working for you. And when you really understand that, accept where you are, see the lessons instead of wishing to be somewhere else, learn, overcome those lessons, you are kind of unlocking new layers of reality and learning to sit with yourself. What happens is that when you are really fine with where you are, when you really understand this world is not real, and whenever you have some irritations, frustrations, angers, whatever it is, you just see it from a higher perspective so that you're no longer reacting to whatever you reacted to before. And the freedom is achieved in the mind. You cannot escape from your reality in any way physically. You have to get in control of your mind, detoxify your mind, understand your mind, work with your mind. And then the reality changes in accordance with how much you change the mind. And I don't know, I think I made a video about just the world straight away responding to the change in your mind. I definitely made a video about a fish, how I was shown that I would be provided for, fish falling from heaven, manna from heaven, food from heaven. Fish is the symbol of Christ. The world, like, it responds to the changes in your mind. And if the ego just plays around, it just like making surface changes, nothing will happen. You will just cycle in your loops. But if you make real changes, like you really, for example, dislike someone and you just forgive to the extent that you start liking that person and really connecting, not just in your imagination, but really your emotions totally change about the person, that's a real change. And then some kind of external thing will confirm it, because the world is a mirror of our minds. It doesn't exist. So the more these things happen, the more it really proves me that this is like a simulation. Of course, some things still I react to, but I'm very aware of it and I'm working on it. If you want to live in a similar way so that you have the space to really make spiritual progress, to really see what's going on, to really observe yourself, first you need to make that space in your mind, no matter where you are. So start making changes where you are, like trying to reframe, see things from a higher perspective, see things through a loving perspective, allow the higher self or Holy Spirit to see through you. so that your world starts reflecting that change and you get these kinds of or similar circumstances to me where you are in a quiet space to really do spiritual work. And just because you get to this quiet place, it's not that it in itself will take care of you, because that's not how it is. Still, through your willpower, you will need to find quiet times, because there are always ego things to engage in, social media to browse through, things to do around the house, where the ego will try to make yourself so busy that still, even in such a quiet place, you might not be able to find time for spiritual progress to feed your soul, which is extremely important. And I think I told that in another video, that if you are focused on the external world, you're feeding the ego. If you are focused on internal world, you're feeding the spirit. So do all you can not to allow the ego to trap you into things to do, like insignificant things, but it will be shown as big things. They will be shown like, oh, you must do them now. And really take your time if you get such a quiet space to make spiritual progress. Value it very much. Value your free time. Spend your free time to nourish your spirit and not your ego. So in summary, don't fight the effects of this dream world, but go to the source from which it springs. You are where you're supposed to be to learn the lessons this world has for you to move on to something new. And pay more attention to your inner world for better external manifestations. To learn how to do so, watch the following video. So this is the message. So I hope that this was useful for some of you. Have a wonderful day. Take care.